Class, I am your class teacher as well as your computer teacher also. So we will start our class today. Chapter 1, Evolutions of Computer. Evolution means changes done on generation wise in something. Today we will learn about evolution of computer means changes done on computer in generations, different generations. So to know the changes we have to learn first the history of the computer. Here what we know that computer is a man-made machine. It is one of the greatest inventions. The computers that we use nowadays are very different from the computers that are used a few decades ago. In here we can explain that computer is a man-made. This is made by the man only, and it is the greatest invention till now, because in nowadays computers are used everywhere. The computer that we use nowadays are very different from the computers that are used a few decades ago. Means nowadays which computer we are using are highly tech computer which are not used before the decades. Computers have a long history. It has a very long history. Let us know about the history of the computer and understand how the present day computers are developed. Let's start with the history by which we know that how computer developed, how the scientists and other engineers have made some computers. As per history we going on, early age calculation device. Why we are reading about calculation device? It's not a computer device, but it's a part of a computer. So a part came first. From the part it becomes a computer. Parts as a calculation device. If we take a early calculation device, calculating machines that laid the foundation of a modern computers are explained below. Abacus. Abacus is a first counting device designed to perform simple calculation like addition, subtraction, multiplication, etc. Here we can know that a first computer was discovered is Abacus. Abacus can do only addition, subtraction, multiplication and division also. Here it is not written, etc. It is written, so don't mind, it's a division also it can do. It was developed in 3000 BC in China. It was developed by China in 3000 BC, means before Christ. Consists of a frame with beads sliding on a wire. You can see there are some beads in black colors which are sliding on some wires. By the help of these beads only we will do subtraction, addition, multiplication and division. It had two sections, heaven and earth. Upper part of small rectangular piece is known as heaven and the lower part is known as earth. And there are two beads on the rod in heaven section and 5 beads in earth section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 beads are in earth section and 2 beads are in heaven section. Early merchants use abacus to keep trading transactions. Merchant means a businessman, one type of businessman. They use abacus for their tracking transactions, what they have getting profit or loss and other things for calculation purpose. It is still in use in many countries, especially in Asia and Africa. Asia and Africa are now also using this type of system for teaching their children for basic things. The standard abacus can be used to perform addition, subtraction, division and multiplication. Now turn over to the next page. Now we can see that there was more computer is there. Napier's spoon. In 1616, it was discovered in 1616, and Scottish mathematician, one of the Scotland mathematician named John Napier, invented a calculating device that called Napier's spoon. These are multiplications table written on strips of wood or bones. In this there are tables. This is a type of a device which consists of some tables which are written on wood, or it is made up of wood or bones. This device was mostly used for multiplying, dividing, taking square roots and cube roots. About square root and cube root I have already explained in notes, so when I give you notes then write it and understood there only. Square root means any number, if you multiply any number is there. For example 4 is there. 4 by which number if we multiply 2 times we get 4. 2 into 2, 4. So 4 square root is 2. Means it is a multiplication of the same numbers only. By the help of table only we can solve this one. That's why John Napier's bone device is used for making out cube root and square root also. Square root is for 2 numbers multiplying 2 same numbers, and cube root is for multiplying 3 same numbers. After that Napier's bone we will talk about Pascalin. Blaise Pascal, another French mathematician who invented first mechanical calculator. Mechanical calculator means it is not operated by hand only, it was operated by some mechanical things like gears and dials, etc. It was discovered in 1642. It was called Pascaline. It had a box with 8 movable wheels called dials. That dials we move, nothing we have to move, and the dials automatically calculate. That's why it is known as a first mechanical calculator. The numbers for calculations are entered with dial, and it could add and subtract only, but it has one limitation. It can only add and subtract. Next one, Leibniz calculator. In 1673, German mathematician Gottfried Wilhelm von Leibniz built a calculator that could add, subtract, multiply and divide. It's later become popular as Leibniz calculator. In this is this much. Now next we have Jacquard Loom. In 1801 it was discovered. French inventor J.M. Jacquard invented a powered loom that used punched wooden card to automatically weave in incredibly detailed pattern, including pictures and text. It is a device in which a wooden card is used. In wooden card, that a machine will punch automatically, which makes some holes and write something. Holes and write means it is permanent. That's why it could be thought of being the first read-only memory device. Read-only memory device means a device which makes a storage things or a document which cannot be changed afterwards. Once it was written, it cannot be changed. So Jacquard Loom's device, Jacquard Loom was a machine which prints its work on a wooden card by punching on it, by making hole on it. While making hole, it is permanent, so it can't be changed afterwards. That's why it is known as a first read-only memory, which is nowadays we call ROM also. Now we will talk about a most important person in the computer history, Charles Babbage. He has discovered 2 engines. One is difference engine and one is analytical engine. Charles Babbage was a British mathematician. He is also a mathematician from the British side, mechanical engineer also, and an inventor. In 1822, he built a machine called difference engine to tabulate polynomial functions. For doing some polynomial function, he invented a machine called difference engine. Why he was so important? Because he made one more engine which is known as the analytical engine. In 1834, he was the first person to visualize the concepts that are used in modern computers, the input process output cycle, IPO cycle. As we know, nowadays computers works on input process output. Input means keyboard, processing CPU, output desktop. Nowadays we are using this one. He is the first person who discovered this concept, input process output cycle. After discover, he invented an analytical engine which had 4 parts. How many parts? 4 parts. First one, an input device. Second one, a mill, which is known as a processing unit also, which decide what to do and what not to do, like a brain also. A storage device which store informations, and a output device. This led to the foundation of modern computing. This process, input process output cycle, led to the foundation of modern computing, means it's show a direction to the modern computers technology, and is popularly known as the father of the modern computer. He is so much famous that he has got designated that the father of a modern computer. Go to the next page. Here what we can see that Augusta Ada was Babbage's assistant. She is Babbage's assistant and daughter of an English poet, Lord Byron. She worked a lot on the Charles Babbage's invention and revised the analytical engine. She has worked on Charles Babbage's engine, analytical engine, and she has done some important thing on that also. She suggested the use of binary data storage 0 and 1 instead of decimal number system. 0 and 1 nowadays are used as a language for a computer language instead of a decimal numbers. That's why she had get an idea of 0 and 1 instead of a decimal, because decimal numbers are so many, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But 0 and 1 can be used frequently and easily. For her contribution, Ada Lovelace has been called the world's first computer programmer. Programming means a software or technique by which you can do work on a computer. Computer works by a language, understood by a language. That language was prepared by programming only. So she is known as the first computer programmer. Ada, the programming language, is named in honor of the Countess of Lovelace. Now this is a special notes for Augusta Adda. Now we will talk about some more computers. There is Mark 1. Howard Mark 1 was an early proto computer. It was the first automatic electronic computer developed by Howard H. Akin, which was presented to IBM in 1937. Now we have read about the automatic mechanical computer. Now this is the first computer which works on electricity. That's why it is known as first automatic electronic computer developed by Howard H. Akin. He has developed this. It was about 15 meter long. You can see that how long this computer is, and needed 800 kilometer long wire to connect it different parts. To connect it different parts inside and outside both sides, all total wire is needed is 800 kilometer. You can see the size of the computer. So small peoples are standing here, and computer size is this much, or like a whole wall. So this is our Harvard Mark 1. Now next computer is ADVAC. ADVAC means electronic discrete variable automatic computer. ADVAC was one of the earliest electronic computer. After Mark 1, the ADVAC is the earliest electronic computer. Unlike the predecessors, the ENIAC. ENIAC is also one more computer. It was binary rather than decimal. In ENIAC, we are using decimal number, where our Ada Lovelace has told. So ADVAC is using now binary number as per our Augusta Adda. A was stored program computer, and ENIAC inventor John Macleay and J. Presper Eckert proposed the ADVAC construction in August 1944. A contract to build the new computer was signed in April 1946, and with an initial budget of $1 lakh. These two scientists have proposed to ADVAC construction in 1944. They have given idea to the company to make a computer, ADVAC computer, in 1944, and they get a money or assigned in 1946 to prepare the computer. How much money they have get to prepare this computer is $1 lakh in US. So in India, if we consider this one, it will become 70 lakhs nearby, 71 lakhs nearby. So ADVAC was delivered to the Ballistic Research Laboratory in August 1949. After 1946, they have started preparing ADVAC, and after preparing ADVAC, they have delivered this computer to the Ballistic Research Laboratory in August 1949. ADVAC's average addition time was 864 microseconds. ADVAC can add numbers, huge numbers also. How much add you can? The maximum longest number, millions or trillion. It takes only 864 microseconds. Microsecond means it's too fast to do the additions, and its average multiplication time was 2900 microseconds, and for multiplication it takes only 2900 microseconds. It is also very fast. Now we know about Univac. Univac also was prepared by J. Presper Eckert and John Macleay. Later one developed the Univac 1, Universal Automatic Computer. After preparing our ADVAC, they have prepared Univac, which is known as Universal Automatic Computer, in 1951. They are the two persons who have invented ADVAC also and Univac also. So which was the first commercial electronic computer? It is the first commercial electronic computer which can be used by normal, means small peoples also, not this much big size. So it could work with both numeric and text data. Univac was also the first computer to use magnetic tape. In this type of computers, we use some magnetic tapes to record things. So it is the first computer which used the magnetic tape. After this, we will read about generations of computer in next classes. So be ready for the next class. This is a part 1. Up to this I will teach now. I will give some notes to you, and just prepare the notes in your copy and just give me a pic of your copy that you have written everything. Thank you. This much for today.